A little bit about myself. I've travelled the world with phones. I kind of am a bit of a phone addict. I've consulted and done work in all of these places, and you know what? I love the work, I love the technology, but I love one thing more, and that is the people that you meet. Here's a mate of mine that I met in the USA. This guy is a bit of a legend in my industry. One deal, 300 million bucks, one phone system. Imagine that contract. I don't have any of my own, but imagine that. Gus is a good mate of mine, and what I try and do in the world I work in, the business I have, is take the technology that guys like Gus sell, which is big end-of-town stuff. That's for a massive healthcare network, one of the biggest in the US, top 10. And I try and break it down and make it available to small and medium business. My goal is to enable guys like yourself to access the technology that usually carriers invest in. So I've done work for Sol Trujillo, he was the CEO of Telstra, and that type of stuff I'm trying to make available to everyone. That's kind of a bit about who I am and what I do. Okay. We're looking at mass communication or group communication. There's many ways that we can do it, and we'll look at some of those ways as well. The service I use, the service that is mine, I call it Phonecast, bit of slip of the tongue from Dale calling it Voicecast, but the product's called Voicecast. There are providers on the market. You can go and find your own, find someone that you like, that you're happy working with. The service is innovative. It's been used in America for quite some time, but in Australia it's kind of rare and it's a bit hard to get hold of. So what is it? As Dale explained, it's an application that allows us to take a voice message that's you, put it into the Phonecast system, which is in the cloud, and then distribute it to people via the phone. And what do they get when they answer the phone? They get you. So it's not an automated message, it's not an automated system recording, it's actually your voice and your message being spoken straight to them. And that's a list of your recipients. We're going to see how we might use that. Okay. Other forms of mass communication exist. I'm not going to say they don't. In fact, I try and complement rather than compete with the other forms out there. Certainly for email, we all know about it. We get mass emails all the time, and how many of us, our inbox is just out of control. So it's time and place for email, but maybe there's a different way. It could well be that you send the SMS, which is nice and short. It's sharp. It hits someone's phone, ding ding. They get the actual SMS. Catch up with my fingers here, and it goes through the process of delivering that little bit of information that you want people to have in a short and sharp way. And the relationship you've got with that person for those 2 seconds when the SMS arrives, it's kind of 2 seconds, I guess. So I guess another form of communication is the face-to-face meeting. It could be that you're trying to communicate with your target audience, or you've got a relationship with these people, you have their phone name, their phone number, and you like to disseminate some information. It might be an exclusive bit of information, or it could be just some new information about what you're doing, an update, that type of thing. It could be that you're looking to try and motivate someone. Now, I can't think of a guy that needs a bit more motivation than this guy, but it's a simple, clean way. Remember, it's your voice going out. That means that your passion and your emotion is actually what's coming through in the voice call. Or it could be that you're looking to get people that you know to take action, and it could be Friday afternoon, it's a little bit quiet, you want to get that message out there and say there's some special deal. If you come in this afternoon, we'll give you that, give you that haircut for whatever it might happen to be. Another method of using Phonecast is to use it within your own team. So you may have some sort of team or organisation that could be distributed across the country. I'll give you an example from one of my existing customers. It's a butcher. Kind of a bit weird, high technology with a butcher. But these guys have been around for 108 years. It's a family-owned business, and it is absolutely all about keeping it personal with their staff. They've got a range of stores across the country, and the management team rings around, or used to ring around manually, to update price. Literally, rump steak down, fat sausages up, we're running out of stock, we need to move these items, we're getting more of this stuff in, so let's get that stuff moving. And these guys would do it on the weekends, sit down with the list and the phone and dial for 2.5 hours. They are now using Phonecast. The service the call round is completed within 7 minutes, and they get a report that says this particular store did not answer the phone, and so Phonecast repeats the message in 5 minutes for that. Obviously, if the butcher's busy in the store, you know, it's got heaps of customers, he can't run back to the phone, but my system then repeats to him in 5 minutes that message. He gets a second email report, the manager saying, yep, you know, this guy's got the second call, and then we get complete. We're running at 100% completion at the moment, touch a bit of wood, oh, there's some. And the goal is to keep that going because this is about their business and productivity. I'm simply a tool in the background that they're using. So that's an interesting example. So we've sort of seen it is personalised, efficient. It's customisable. We can do really fancy tricks with phones. You know, you can get things where it's reverse IVR, so we can ring out to people and request they press 1, and that gives you a proof positive acknowledgement that someone is actually, oh yeah, that's a good idea, I take that, and we can report that, provide the statistics. If we try and compare it to other methods of calling, it's kind of hard because everything's different and everything's customised in every business. But I tried to factorise it to say if you sit down and try and do it yourself, the cost base would say be a factor of 100. You got your list, pick up the phone, spend all that time, all the preparation, all the coffees you make during your calls because you want to have a break from the calling. It all takes time, it all costs. You could outsource it to a call centre, for example. If anyone's seen Creel Price speak, Creel Price's business used to be an outbound call centre. He had people in a big office smiling and dialing. Creel told me the best they could ever do for the finance industry was $10 a call. So there's a factor of using an outbound call centre. But if you're using Phonecast per call, it's going to be less than 1. So it's going to be less than 1% of doing it yourself. So it's quite an affordable type of service. If you'd like to have a try, I'm doing it for free for Blueprint members. So, you know, see me later if you're interested. And the goal is to just see if it works for your business. That's really all it's about.